Hi, my name is Isabel Tridel, and I am currently the president of the United Nations Association in Orange County. I want to invite all of you to celebrate this year, the 75th anniversary. It's a special year for the United Nations. Not just because of this milestone, but also because it is a big reminder during this pandemic. The COVID-19 is reminding us that for global challenges, we need global solutions, and in order to do that, we need to be more together and united than ever. So this year, we're still celebrating. We're gonna have a big celebration, and we're gonna commemorate why the United Nations is important, not just to me, but for a lot of people across the globe. So here, we have a few messages from some of our board members what the United Nations means to them.
Why is the United Nations important? My first contact with the United Nations was when I was a child. In our school, they came with milk for the students, and I remember drinking milk in the place where I was born in Adwa. As a child, it was a UNICEF milk, and that was just a very interesting thing. As I grew up, I learned what the United Nations is all about and what it tries to do and what it tries to accomplish in the world. And this is very important. Many nations have been helped financially, economically, and also prevented from going into war. And there have been wars that have also been stopped by the United Nations peacekeepers. So all this is very important to me and to the world. And I look forward to a world without any wars, where differences and misunderstandings can be settled by people sitting around a table and discussing their issues.
I can remember when the United Nations was founded in 1945. I was 9 years old, and it was the vision of the victorious Allies in World War II that instead of having no organization or an inefficient organization like the League of Nations to settle disputes between nations because the League was incapable of enforcing its decisions, we decided we needed a stronger organizations like the UN to maintain world peace. Now, while it hasn't been perfect, the UN has succeeded beyond, I think, my expectations at its ability to maintain a stable world and do the other thing that it was set up for, and that is improve the lives of all of the citizens of the world through the World Health Organization, through the World Food Organization, and any number of lettered organizations that the UN has founded and continues to fund these at the present time. So I feel that one of the most important organizations in the world today, if not the most important, is the United Nations, and we need to do everything we can to support its important work.
The United Nations is important to me because of what it represents, the struggle for peace. The United Nations represents a world reeling from the reality of warfare and violence and seeking an alternative way for humanity, a way fostered in peace and solidarity. The United Nations is important to me because it allows the world to come together and to understand each other in a collegial, egalitarian way. In the United Nations, the world comes to terms with itself and strives for a better future. The United Nations is important to me because we've seen the alternative, a world at war, steeped in hate, mistrust, and genuine fear of what nation can do against nation. It is important, now more than ever, that the United Nations receives our support, my support. I support the United Nations because I support a different vision of the world, a sustainable, healthy, and just world, where we recognize that we consist of multiple peoples, languages, identities, and cultures, all of which come together for their own sake and the sake of others at the United Nations. Happy birthday, United Nations.
سنة حلوة يا UN تشا 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 سنة حلوة يا UN تشا 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 سنة حلوة سنة حلوة سنة حلوة يا UN تشا تشا تشا
መልካም ልደት ላንተ መልካም ልደት ላንቺ መልካም ልደት ለተባበሩት መንግስታት መልካም ልደት ለእናንተ
Long zal je leven, long zal je leven, long zal je leven in de gloria, in de gloria, in de gloria.
З днем народженням тебе, з днем народженням ЮН, з днем народження Організації Об'єднаних Націй. У!
Cumpleaños feliz, te deseamos a ti. Cumpleaños United Nation, cumpleaños feliz. Que los cumplas feliz, que los vuelva a cumplir, que los sigas cumpliendo hasta el año 100,000. Feliz cumpleaños, Naciones Unidas. Happy birthday, United Nations, from here, Orange County, California.